Hello! Got a new poll on old school RuneScape, so let's go ahead and vote in this poll. So if you want to find out the details for all the questions, if you're not particularly sure about them, please click here for my dev blog video. So, old school content poll 25, let's have a vote. So, question 1. Should the corporeal beast be added to old school? Let's have a look and behold the beast. The corporeal beast is a high level boss monster that would bring a new challenge to old school for PVMers. The boss was originally released in 2008 and has been a favourite for many PVMers for years after release. The boss will have no requirements to fight and will be located in a cave within the wilderness, although players cannot attack you within this cave. The corporeal beast will be implemented with the same stats and mechanics it used when it was originally released. Every detail of the fight will be the same. So do I think the corporeal beast should be added to old school? I'm going to vote yes. I think it should be like a high level boss that we have and we don't get any more bosses for a while. So question 2. Should the spectral, arcane and Elysian sigils and spirit shields be introduced with the corporeal beast with the same stats used as they were originally released in 2008? So let's have a look at the stats. So the spectral spirit shield stats will be plus 53 stab defense, plus 55 slash defense, plus 73 crush defense, plus 30 magic defense, plus 52 range defense, and plus 3 prayer bonus. The arcane spirit shield will have a plus 20 magic attack, a plus 53 stab defense, a plus 55 slash defense, a plus 73 crush defense, a plus 2 magic defense, a plus 52 range defense, and a plus 3 prayer bonus. The Elysian spirit shield will have a plus 63 stab defense, a plus 65 slash defense, a plus 75 crush defense, a plus 2 magic defense, a plus 57 range defense, a plus 3 prayer bonus, and its special effect will be that it will have a 70% chance of 25% damage reduction. So do I think the spectral, arcane and Elysian sigils with the spirit shield should be introduced? I'm actually going to vote yes. Question 3. Should the divine sigil and spirit shield be introduced to the corporeal beast with the same stats used when it was originally released in 2008? Let's have a look at the shield stats. So the divine spirit shield stats are plus 63 stab defense, plus 65 slash defense, plus 75 crush defense, plus 2 magic defense, plus 57 range defense, and a plus 3 prayer bonus. Its special effect will be that the divine spirit shield has a 100% chance of reducing the damage you receive by 30%. Your prayer points are drained for 50% of any damage that is negated. Now, I usually think that this sort of thing is quite overpowered, but after thinking about it, I think it will fit quite well. But then again, we also have the option of reducing the damage in this next question, question 4. If the divine sigil and spirit shield are introduced, should the damage reducing effect be lowered from 30% to 25%? Let's see the damage reduction data. So basically, the divine spirit shield will still have the 100% chance of reducing your damage, but you'll only get it reduced by 25% instead of 30%. Your prayer points will still be drained for 50% of the damage that is negated. Now, because I do think that this divine shield is very powerful, but I still think it should be in the highest level boss, I'm going to vote yes, just to lower the power, but also keep the fact that it is a very powerful shield. Question 5. As an additional challenge for old school players, should they introduce an optional Iron Man mode and Ultimate Iron Man mode? Players creating new accounts will have the option to enable either Iron Man on the tutorial island. This would add rules to their accounts so they will not be able to be helped by other players. This would include not being able to trade, stake, receive drops in PvP, as well as entering other players' houses. For a full list of the rules and Iron Man mode, please read the dev blog. So let's view the Iron Man rules. So the Iron Man rules are as follows. No trading other players, other than for Shield of a Rav and Heroes quests. No picking up items dropped from other players, including PvP. No PvP XP. You cannot buy items through shops which other players have put up for sale. You're not able to pick up loot from monsters unless you deal 100% of the damage to the monster. Your auto aid button is permanently off. Your Nightmare Zone access will be limited to solo, with only available rewards being imbues and teleport redirection scrolls. Your fishing trawler access is limited to being solo. You cannot access player-owned houses of other players, and there's no staking. And for the additional rules for Ultimate Iron Man mode, you cannot use a bank. When you die, you lose all your items. So do I think Iron Man should be added to old school? I really don't think we need an official support for this. Question 6. Should Iron Man accounts have restricted access to shops? Items which are already in a shop and can only be bought from a shop, or only drops by monsters will remain available to be bought. So if you do get Iron Man mode, I'm going to say yes, obviously make it a bit harder for them. Question 7. Should Iron Man accounts be prevented from using minigame teleports? I'm going to vote yes. Obviously it makes it a bit harder, but to be honest, I'm not really a supporter of those minigame teleports anyway. Question 8. Should Iron Man accounts be prevented from accessing solo Nightmare Zone? I don't see any point in limiting them. Question 9. Should Iron Man accounts be prevented from accessing the Fight Pit? That would allow them to gain Tokkul to spend in the Czar shop, providing they are allowed to use shops. I'm going to vote no, because you can get Tokkul in many other places, and if you really want Tokkul, then I don't think the Fight Pit is the best way to get around that. Question 10. Should Iron Man accounts be prevented from accessing the pest control minigame? I'm going to vote no. I know that minigame actually has a bit of an activity timer. Question 11. Should Iron Man accounts be prevented from accessing the Barbarian Assault minigame? I'm going to actually vote yes. I know that it's a really good minigame and you can get great rewards from there, but the simple fact is it's very easy for them to leech. Question 12. Should Iron Man accounts be allowed access to solo fishing trawler? They would only be able to use the minigame alone. Now I don't really know much about fishing trawler, but I think solo fishing trawler is an okay idea because they're only doing it by themselves. Question 13. Should a toggle be added to prevent the user has logged in out messages from disappearing? I'm going to vote yes. They really should have added that when they polled the user has logged in out for disappearing. So hopefully that will pass. Question 14. Should the high alchemy value of the adamant plate body be increased from 7,680 coins to 9,984 coins to create a viable alternative to superheating for smithing training? Now, I'm not too bothered about the value of an adamant plate body, but increasing the high alchemy value of lots of items is starting to get on my nerves a little bit, and I feel that if we keep doing this we might keep adding more and more money into the economy, which will really make things cheap, such as they are in RuneScape 3. So I'm going to vote no. Question 15. Should Wyson, the NPC who converts moleskins and claws into birds' nests, be changed so he converts all moleskins and claws at once, as well as accepting them in note form? I'm going to vote yes. It'll make doing that a lot easier. Question 16. Should the click zone size for ladders within Waterbirth Island dungeon be increased so it's easy to click on them? Sounds like a good idea. I'll vote yes. Question 17. Should the click zone size for the Strange Floor agility shortcut trap be increased so it's easy to click on? I'm going to vote yes. Just makes it slightly easier. Question 18. Should an entrance be added to the back of Lumbridge Castle courtyard so you do not have to run all the way around the castle to get to the tree farming patch? I'm going to vote no. It really keeps it a bit more old school if we don't have that entrance. Question 19. Should a right click travel option be added to the Void Knight in Port Sarim, who takes you to the Void Knight's outpost, and the Sailor in Relica, who takes you to Miscellanea? I'm going to vote yes. Sometimes it does get a bit annoying when you're trying to get to your kingdom, or maybe the Void Knight outpost. And finally, question 20. Should player-owned house portals show the previously entered name when joining a friend's house? I'm going to vote yes. It would also be really good if they added that to the friends chats. But anyway, let's vote. Thank you for voting. So far we've had 3,122 votes. 85.4% of those want the corporeal beast to be added to old school. 73.8% want the spectral, arcane and Elysian sigils and the spirit shields to be added with the corporeal beast with the same stats as they were originally released in 2008. 62.7% want the divine sigil and spirit shield to be introduced with the corporeal beast with the same stats used as it was originally released in 2008. 61.3% want the divine sigil spirit shield to have the damage reduction effect to be lowered from 30% to 25%. 74.2% want the Iron Man challenge to be added to old school, along with the ultimate Iron Man challenge. 59.6% want Iron Man accounts to have restricted access to shops. 47.4% want the Iron Man accounts to be prevented from using the minigame teleports. 38.9% want the Iron Man accounts to be prevented from accessing Solo Nightmare Zone. 47.1% want the Iron Man accounts to be prevented from accessing the Tsar Fire Pits. 39.3% want the Iron Man accounts to be prevented from accessing the Pest Control minigame. 38.1% want the Iron Man accounts to be prevented from accessing Barbarian Assault. 63.9% want the Iron Man accounts to be prevented access to Solo Fishing Trawler. 83.9% want the user has logged in out messages to have a toggle to disappear. 89.4% want the high alchemy value of the adamant plate body to be increased from 7,680 coins to 9,984 coins. 92.3% want the NPC Wyson to be able to convert moleskins and claws at once, as well as accepting them in noted form. 93.2% want the click zone on the ladders within Waterbirth Isle dungeon to be increased so it's easier to click on them. 92.4% want the Strange Floor agility shortcut trap to be increased so its click zone is bigger and easier to click on. 89.3% want an entrance to be added to the back of Lumbridge Castle courtyard so you do not have to run all the way around the castle to get your farming patch. 94.2% want a right click option to be added to the Void Knight in Port Sarim who takes you to the Void Knight outpost, and the Sailor and Relica who takes you to Miscellanea. And finally, 93% want the player and house portals to show the previously entered name when joining a friend's. So obviously it's a really interesting poll. A lot of the other questions are passing, despite some of the things I think aren't necessarily old school. The Iron Man things don't seem to be passing, although the actual Iron Man mode may just pass. Also with the corp is passing quite heavily, but a lot of the shields are not. Obviously things like should the Spectral, Arcane and Elysian Spirit shields be added is quite close, so it might pass in the end. We obviously want to make the corp something profitable, but obviously it is our game that we can vote on. We've only had 3,122 votes so far, so we're probably going to get another 20 to 30,000 more. Many of these polls may change, but they're probably not going to change over 5% more. If you've not already voted in this poll, please go in game and go to your nearest poll booth and vote, or you can go on the old school website and use the old polling system. If you care about old school, you should really vote in all these polls and make sure you know what's happening within the game. So if you've enjoyed this video, please like and share, and if you want to keep up to date with old school updates, dev blogs and polls, please subscribe. I've been Lewis, thanks for watching, goodbye.